serious.
Everybody
this is
just
fun.
It's a shopping spree.
Good luck, have fun.
Shopping spree.
You know?
There's a saying out there.
Yeah.
GLHF.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good luck, have fun.
Yep.
Shopping spree, you know, they're checking out all the good stuff,
Yep.
man. They're gonna. The question is, are they gonna have to pay for it?
I mean,
I guess.
I feel
Well,
like
Well done.
all the WWE fans out there are like excited whenever they see Atlas because I feel like he's like that's the thing is you wait for the setup
Yeah.
and just the fatal links and the he does like a spin I think too
Yeah.
when he
That's
uses it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be actually a little surprised here by the super late Baksha jungle, which normally is banned out
Yeah.
a lot here. So let's see what that's gonna do here for ONIC. For RSG. Now that ONIC seems to be having a lot more fun here. Again, you guys mentioned less pressure, and I think I do agree. And I think I saw a status of one of the players. I think I don't know if it was like Baloyski. He said like, so this is how it feels like to play without pressure. Just
Yeah.
fun ML, and we'll see what that does to
We'll
ONIC's
see.
performance here as they head up against the current #1 right now for the regular season, RSG. Will RSG be able to keep that, or will TNC, have some prayers to do later on to make sure they don't get points, and maybe TNC does tomorrow. Again, a lot of stuff that can possibly happen here.
Yeah.
And again, that's those points, those seedings, they actually really do matter a lot, even though, again, all teams right now on the MPL, all 6 teams are secured for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to ask Wolf, for the viewers out there that probably don't know exactly what the seeding means, because I mean, not everyone keeps up to the rules, right? And
Yeah,
like
that's
you don't really know unless you're paying attention. How does it work this time? Because it's a minor change from season 8. So how does that work? How does how Wolf does that work for the seeding here going into the playoffs?
Yeah. So in the previous season, we saw that top 1 and top 2 will go to the upper bracket no matter what happens, or at least in the playoffs, in the double elimination playoffs, and then they're separated against each other. That meant that there wasn't really a true advantage for the first placer because they literally have the same spot with top 2. Now that's different because now top 1 overall will have the chance to choose who they face in the first round. Not literally who, but at least the winner of the series. So they choose the series. For example, if it is RSG to secure top 1, they are going to choose, right now I'm just going to be looking at the standings, between the top 3 versus top 6 match or the top 4 versus top 5 match. So basically, they will choose who they might face and choose between like 2 teams. Right?
It's almost like kind of picking your path
Exactly.
to, let's say the grand final.
Yeah, they have the ability to choose the lesser evil in their minds.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
where will we have the better chance
right.
of winning? And that is huge. That's
That's
not
huge.
something that teams usually get.
That's
Yeah.
right. So, for example, if you are RSG, you might want to choose the winner of 4 versus 5, because then you choose like the at least top 4. Because if you choose the winner of 3 versus 6, you're essentially like handicapping yourself, like facing top 3 right there and there, right? If 3 wins against 6. At the same time, if you're RSG, for example, as RSG, I don't want to face ONIC or Omega because they're very volatile, they're very unexpected, right? So maybe I choose the different, series.
And again,
Basically, it's the power of being top 1.
That's what they get for, performing very well. So that
That's
we
right.
don't see teams like just playing like, with no stakes at all.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
let's load up into the game, guys. Currently, right now, RSG is leading on the scoreboard, but that could change. Again, that's something that they want to fight for. And ONIC, they're having fun here. That's all I can say. Let's load into game #1. And straight off the bat, it's like RSG are actually going to do a lot of damage on the Hatred. Demon Kite's already done with his buff. And they're going to fight over the Lethal Wanderer. Fatty though.
Kyrie,
Kyrie going to go on that wall spam. Get some good damage and the first blood.
Yeah, and he's got that Festival of Blood too. So I mean, we've seen Kyrie play this Fanny, and it's just going to be Beyblade action all day, right? And also, it looks like Light has gone and taken the support emblem here for this Grok. Though the one thing though, RSG has a great front line, right? They have Demon Kite jungling on the Baksha, which we have seen time after time A lot of early action here in the top, but just overall, they have a great front line. RSG is going to be able to fight around those objectives really well.
Yeah.
And if they can find those pickoffs, especially with that barrier, with the wall,
Yeah.
the Guardian's barrier, right, and the stun coming out from the wild charge, that is almost like an automatic kill because the stun now is like so long.
Yep.
A reminder, 1.8 seconds, you
Yes.
can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You can see for ONIC, I was actually curious that BMO didn't like pull through with the second skill. He actually went for and initiated onto Demon Kite because of the frigid breath. We know that there's already a stun, and look at them go.
Look at Kyrie right now, just giving the Dairoff such a hard time. There's no answer for the Dairoff. No stuns of any sort, which means he cannot lock down that Fanny.
Oh, wow. The decision from ONIC to put Marky, the Aldous, against the XP laner, that's great.
Yeah, actually that does change up things. Now Turtle will go over to RSG because of the Fanny being on top side. But the trade-off is, of course, they are going to go for that purple buff. Keep that energy flowing. You got to need that buff for the cable. Although right now Ryota going to give Eman a bit of a heart attack. Forces the flicker out of the Beatrix.
A lot of aggression here coming out from ONIC Philippines. I mean, they're playing it really well, really smart. Still, I mean, either team has great scaling, whether you want to call it physical or the magic damage scaling game. And, you know, like you mentioned, man, putting Marky up here is a good choice. I feel like it's a good play.
Yeah.
Right now, ONIC Philippines definitely having this little bit of a momentum, but RSG still looking for something. I mean, they got to look how to utilize what they drafted here. And at the same time, if ONIC Philippines decides to just, like, if they even just use BMO, right, on this Atlas, it's going to be a tough time for RSG to respond to that.
That's true.
Oh, you see, ONIC, they traded the turtle for a purple buff and also some outer turret air shields up top after they got a kill. And this is Kyrie's like active decision to not contest the turtle. They know that they don't have the Demon Slayer as Demon Kite has, and honestly, Kyrie now having a little bit of an advantage over a Demon Slayer Baksha means the world for ONIC because this is Fanny versus the Demon Slayer Baksha, who is supposed to be the one on top.
Yeah, Kyrie is not going to rock the Demon Slayer, has that lifesteal. He wants to focus more on the fights, the team fights. And now that's going to be a dive in on the top side. Mark is really making them a run for their money, making them run for their dinner. And that's the two-man Fatal Links. Kyrie dropping in. That's a double kill. Light might be in trouble. And ONIC, oh my god, the fast-paced tempo. And Marky, can this guy go down at all?
Man, we were talking about the power of sprint, and we see it there. He stays alive, man.
It's all about the ankle breakers.
It's just ankle breakers, and
so
ever
many
since
ankles broken.
ever since the sprint was changed, this is what you have now. You have all these ankle breakers in the league. Ryota.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
Suffers there with a little bit of spray there from the Nibiru's passion.
Sorry, buddy. That vengeance is not going to work like that.
Not at that HP. No, you don't.
Maybe later, if you have the blade armor, maybe if you have your bloodless axe, it's going to be different, but that time it wasn't the case. However, ONIC still got the turtle because of that. And this will be massive, though, for RSG. Having Eman on a good start, I think he already nailed the kill, which means that he is way ahead. The pack is at apparently 2.7k as the Goldaner. However, because of Marky's 1 assist and 1 kill, and a lot of turtles going in favor of him, he is actually
energy shield.
And energy shields. He's at 3.5k as the Aldous. I believe that's a big and massive win for ONIC.
That's a little too much for an just at this early stage of the game, actually.
Yeah.
And again, well-deserved here for ONIC, prioritizing the gold where they need it the most, it seems.
And then when you think about that too, that Aldous with that kind of lead already, you pretty much know the Sicilian does not have those kind of stacks yet, right? Or the gold. I mean, I think he did pick up the Clock of Destiny, I think, if I remember right. He might have picked that up already.
Yeah, he
the
did.
Sicilian, yeah. So he's going to have some of the like itemization scaling, but at the same time, ONIC Philippines doing a great job here with this lead that they have.
Yeah.
They're really having fun here. Obviously, back into the game, ladies and gents. 1.7k gold lead for ONIC, 4-1 on the kill score. We're going to see here again, the Sicilian doesn't really scale the same way that an Algius does.
The thing is, you have the Purify on Aqua, right? So typically you go for the flicker as the Sicilian, but knowing that there is BMO, the threat of the Fatal Links, very crucial. However, that leaves him open for Marky. Marky would love to, just straight up punch Sicilian with just the Purify. And with the sprint, you saw how fast he can go.
Yeah, because again, if the sprint compounds with the speed, oh my God, look at that.
Kyrie.
Well, there's also Kyrie.
Bro.
Showing mastery over the Fanny.
That's why you banned the Fanny against ONIC.
Could not count the cables there. That was a lot for my brain to process. Really loving this guy, and again, that's why he's been one of the most outstanding junglers of the league so far.
The whole debate, I feel like there's the never-ending debate who's the best jungler in the world.
Gosh, that never ends.
Kyrie's one of the names that gets thrown out there, and whenever he plays Fanny, it's kind of like, dang, can anybody play Fanny like this? And off the top of my head, I think of Demon Kite, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Ryota, though, might be in trouble once more. His Vengeance is up, but again, his HP just not at that point yet. Mid lane, though, going to be in trouble for RSG. Aqua's quite low. Emma with the shotgun. Flicker in straight to the face of Fanny. Going to be the answer for BMO and Marky, though. Gives the kill over to the Altus.
1-for-2 trade. Turtle coming up here. Nice little play. Kyrie is down, right? Demon Kite's still up, but I'm not sure. It's actually looking like he's going to start the Turtle. But two members of ONIC Philippines there. Can they actually stop him? No. There's the Retribution. So RSG getting a kind of a minor win there. They close the gold gap a little bit, and at the same time they secure another turtle.
I would say that is a big recovery from RSG. Now you are able to take a turret in the bottom lane. You get a turtle, and you get like a shutdown kill onto Kyrie. Surely Emma died, but he got a lot of gold because of that.
That's true.
Maybe the only problem is that Marky is actually creating a lot of distance between them as the gold laners. Now up with his second item. Antikyras is perfect to go with the Thunder Belt. This Marky Aldous is going to be very beefy against the physical damage output of both Nats and Eman.
Yeah, and RSG's thinking, you know what, with the Swapperoonie on top side, we'll throw out the Beatrix there. Maybe we can slow down that little bit of snowball happening there on that lane. But I don't know, it looks like the rest of RSG is kind of doing well as well. Demon Kite gets that turtle on his own. Again, Demon Slayer, that is the perk that you get. Because of it, you can turtle solo even as a Baksha.
That's right. I'm still wondering too, like, every time I see Fanny kind of slip through the cracks and get into a game, especially in the hands of someone like Kyrie or let's say Demon Kite, like at what point, Wolf, does Fanny stop being effective?
If there's a lot of lockdown, that's one thing. But seeing as there is no legitimate lockdown on the side of RSG, now you look at late game. So Fanny struggles in the late game when she is not able to burst down enemies anymore. Because the thing is, you jump right at the backlines. If that guy survives, you are going to be taken out. That's the problem with Fanny. If you don't continuously kill and kill and kill in the latter portions of the game, you're going to be putting yourself in a bad spot. And honestly, if any of the heroes of RSG tanks up, this is Dyroth, Grok, and Baksha.
Yeah.
They're hard to take down in the late game. That is what you should be looking for this Fanny.
Yeah, the only flip side to that, obviously, is there's no targeted crowd control like we usually normally want against a Fanny, like the Way of the Dragon. The best they have is a Wild Charge, Sanguine Claws, and the Guardian Barrier. And maybe the Baksha, if he can like kind of knock up the Fanny while he's rolling in the deep, but
midair.
Yeah, that's a difficult call, but it could happen.
Imagine the Fanny's cabling and Box just does the jump thing.
All right.
Because the thing is, if you already get stunned, but you already put out all cables, specifically if it's
already
more than one cable.
Yeah.
If you're stunned in midair, your animation will still pull through. So that's the big problem. That's why we're always looking for Kufra or maybe even Franco for the flicker initiation, right?
Targeted crowd control.
Yeah. So that's a problem. But like I said, it wouldn't matter as much if they tank up.
And again, they can do that here if they can kind of just survive and not get willed down in the early game here. That would be the win condition for RSG. If they can kind of, again, they also have to worry about right now the Lilia has just locked in the Ice Queen wand, so it's going to be a lot more stickier for them to get out of situations. Maybe that's something that maybe ONIC can leverage against them because they know RSG, their lineup is really tanky. It's really strong in the team fights. You have the Atlas for ONIC, but again, these are things that we're going to see how they work together, how well they work together. That's something that's still up in the air.
I feel like, I mean, you could even say ONIC Philippines is, like, they kind of have a tanky lineup, too. If you're looking at it, you know, yes, Ryota, he's got 2 deaths right now, but at some point, this Thamus is actually going to be quite tanky himself. BMO on the Atlas, and then Marky, as soon as he gets the stacks, there's the charge.
He got out.
Not going to convert into actually anything here. But as I was saying, pretty much, you could say ONIC Philippines also has a great kind of front line that they can deal with. Meanwhile, again, at what point does Kyrie fall off here? And the tankiness from RSG is too much.
Oh, Kyrie's thinking about Ammon right now, looking at smooth as silk, even with light present right there, right in his face. Just did not respect the Grok at all, and they got away with it. Bot lane though, we still got Ryota getting punched on, but now he has friends! The power of friendship for ONIC! Finally, they're able to answer Ryota there on bot side, saves him, again, takes one for themselves as well.
Man, going back to that fight over there when Light was just around, you know, pretty much around Emon, and he still died to Kyrie. I mean, you gotta, that's the times you feel helpless, man. You're just like, what can I do? I just have to watch you get whittled down here and taken out.
You see, even with just one dash, even not commit the flicker, but yeah, without the Wind of Nature, yet as the Beatrix, you're always compromised.
Yeah.
You always have to be wary of Kyrie, and not only that, even Mark is a threat too. So there are 2 threats already for Emon's Beatrix, and this is like ONIC Philippines preparing heavily against the typical RSG marksman play.
Again, ONIC just so aware of the weak spots of RSG.
Yep.
So they are looking for Eman. He's not anywhere on the map, so they said, you know what, let's go for Lord. That's more stacks as well, maybe, for Marky while we're buying time.
Oh,
okay. This is the replay of that one.
Yeah.
Kyrie doesn't even know that Eman is there, but it kind of feels like he does.
That seemed like a guess. Yeah.
Yep.
But it also looked, he did it with prejudice.
Yeah.
So
smart, intelligent guess.
Yeah.
As we always say. The wall spam in triple wall spam into one Cutthroat ultimate, it was more than enough. And that's because he went for Heptasis into this Malefic Roar. He's actually building towards Rose Gold Meteor so that he will not be bursted down yet by this Sicilian.
Yeah, that's going to be more survivability against magic with that item. Now the rest of ONIC are marching up on the mid lane with the Lord, but there is that massive wave clear, that damage output that you see with the Sicilian.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to get anything. I mean, they do convert a turret for that Lord, but it is only a normal one. So you know what? ONIC Philippines is going to be happy with just 1 turret. Not going to get much else here unless they somehow fight for this purple, turning it into a fight.
Yeah, mid lane looks like it's going to be problematic as well for RSG still. But again, massive wave clear means that, you know what, I think ONIC is going to have to go back to the drawing board here, maybe wait for the next Lord, because right now RSG is proven to be a really tough cookie to crack.
It's going to be looking dangerous, slick, good for ONIC. For RSG, they still can sit and wait, honestly. This is still Beatrix as well as Sicilian. Yeah. I imagine that when the second Lord push is going to happen, ONIC Philippines will not even have a good time. I mean, an easier time, because there's a lot of like long-range wave clear from RSG. That means that for RSG to be able to win this, they just have to tuck behind their turrets.
There goes the conceal play. Again, going to be spotted out by RSG from a mile away. Going to try to go for this turret instead. Guardian's Barrier blocks out that completely. The Fatal Links, though. It's going to be mayhem under the turret. And RSG going to lose 3 for 2 here. Turret still will remain. They get rid of Marky, and that's another one going over to Aqua. It's a free for free overall. Turret will fall down in the end. How does that look for ONIC and RSG?
Literally mayhem, like you said, Rockhard, man. I mean, we're going to see here on the replay, it all started right here at the bottom turret. Kai going in. Look at BMO, though. He's going to come in. I believe he flickers in, Fatal Links, grabs, looks like 2 to 3 members there. But there's just so much burst damage around this turret, and the turret was still up, so it was also doing damage. And but overall, just chaotic. Whole skirmish there, 3 for 3.
I believe ONIC Philippines, their initial plan is to go onto the turret, make sure that the turret is down, and then fight afterwards. There's a little bit of disconnection there. I think BMO tunnel vision into the fact that he already saw 3 members and he went for the flicker fatal next play, which is great and all. If you look at it, it's very flashy, but the fact of the matter remains, there's an extra hero for RSG, technically speaking. With the damage from the turret, that's more than enough to deal a lot of damage against ONIC. Still is a pretty big win for ONIC. I'm actually surprised that they got 3 out of that.
That is true.
They're just going to take this Lord, too.
Yeah, considering they were fighting under tower. And you know what? I just have to commend, like with that beautiful Guardian's Barrier, stopped Kyrie from joining that fight completely.
It's also true.
So, good stuff from RSG, but still ONIC are getting the lead overall in the map.
Man, you know, now that they just pretty much got another free Lord here, this one, now that it's powered up, will actually be able to convert into some more than just a couple turrets. And I think RSG, they have great wave clear, but at the same time, at this point, right, when you have these powered up minions, you have the powered up Lord marching, you have to kind of not let them come into your base, because when you have BMO on this Atlas, right, he can actually just make the decision to initiate, especially with the conceal. That, and what's happening with RSG is they're clumping up, so they got to be careful. They need to take note not to clump up here, because at any point, BMO, if he grabs 2-3, it's going to be a huge turnaround in a team fight.
A little bit of a lane freeze coming out from ONIC, but it's inevitable that it will be pushing against RSG. And like you said, this is a very easy defense from RSG. They even have the help of the holy defense from the inhibitor turret. So actually very difficult for ONIC to push now, especially because they don't have like a marksman that can hit from long distance.
That's true. And then they whittle down that Lord so fast as well. There you go.
They're still working on it though.
Yeah, the only
still can't get it.
They really want it.
The minion, one hit.
And it's gonna survive with a sliver of health right there. And yeah, right now it's gonna be ONIC just going in and waiting for the Lord. I think the next one, I don't know how many Lords it's gonna take for him to crack RSG. It is really proving to be a challenge, especially with Light being able to control how the Lord flows in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have that wall, right, coming out from Grok. But at the same time, like Wolf mentioned, these inhibitor turrets are going to be a little bit harder to get down because they don't have a marksman, whereas obviously RSG does. So that's why ONIC Philippines, even now, like with this gold lead that they have, 15 minutes in the game, they actually weren't able to open up the base yet. And you can see the response coming out from RSG.
RSG has had enough. They go for the engage. Demon Kite actually wanted to get something there. Sanguine Claws will miss as well. And the rest of RSG going to be looking back, reformulating the plan here while Kyrie tries to do some damage. But again, that is a very tanky Grok. You can build all Blade of Despair. You can build 5 Blade of Despair there. That guy's still going to be tanky.
Under the base of RSG, this gold lead doesn't matter. In fact, you can even say that RSG has got the advantage. This is Aqua already tanking up. Big props to Aqua going for the Dominance Ice first so that there's a little bit of defense in him. And with this Ice Queen 1 and the Lightning Truncheon, you can see that any minion pushing against RSG will melt. And for Eman, since he has got the Wind of Nature now, he's going to be more comfortable dealing with ONIC. So, like I said, if they are inside their base, RSG is impenetrable from the composition of ONIC. But outside of it, that's a different story.
Aqua.
Kyrie actually got that buff. Oh my gosh, and now they are resetting once more. You're right. I love that Aqua has that Dominance Ice, because now he can't get insta-bursted, or at least it's going to be difficult by the Fanny. And all he has to do is kind of just survive and throw out those Feast of Bats anyway, right? So he can live.
I feel like, you know, what we've seen with Sicilians too is like, we've seen them also play with Sprint. I get why he had to, you know, run with the Purify here, especially with having Atlas on the other side, but I feel like he would actually be more comfortable having a Sprint, because you can just kind of run away from all the action, especially with Kyrie just zipping around you. Right now, the Lord going to be for the taking. Here comes the Marky.
That's 5 people around RSG waiting on the bushes. ONIC more confident. Go for it. Marky tries to go for dive in.
The juke.
Wild Charge is juked right now. Kyrie trying to get some cables in. Lord is very low. Gonna go for the 50-50 here. Beatrix gets it. Eman beautifully positioned on the back here. Gets BMO as well. Good damage being done here by RSG. They are very, very tanky. They get away with their lives. And the Lord.
Wow. Eman. Coming in clutch.
Super clutch. And fortunately for ONIC Philippines, that wasn't an 18-minute Lord. But boy, oh boy, did they miss out on that? I honestly feel that RSG had the advantage under the Lord just because of the Demon Slayer. And this is Marky's ultimate, just baiting out RSG, but they only baited the wild charge. And I thought for sure that RSG already had made a mistake. It was disastrous already, but you can see with just the blast from the Nibiru's Passion, it didn't even have to wait for it. He just literally got it away from ONIC Philippines.
Yeah, I think Demon Kite missed the Retribution because it was on cooldown, and then Nibiru's Passion just cleaned it up. Beautifully done.
Like the whole time, you gotta eat. Like that's discipline, man. If you want to watch that in the replay, you can see just how disciplined Emon is, where he's not gonna actually waste any time fighting any of the members of ONIC Philippines. Goes completely around to the northeast, if you will, and gets it, and it pays off.
Wow. Again, it's a sudden turn of tables. Now RSG are knocking on the base of ONIC Philippines. Looking for some kills here. RSG are in control of the purple area.
Wow.
And that's not something you want to get over if you're ONIC.
So everything that we talked about in the early stages is down the drain. Nothing matters as much, but Kyrie!
That's a die rock.
Wow!
By the way, does he? I was asking earlier, Wolf. Does he fall off at what point? Does the Fanny fall off? And look what happened to Nats.
That was insane.
That was insane.
Actually, I got shocked there while you were doing an explanation. What was that? And again, it was all about like just pick off, just good positioning. Where is the target? Can I take this? And Kyrie seems to be a master of that. But still, again, RSG, Demon Kite right now is proving to be very tanky.
Yep.
And he can safely go for Retribution. So I think the objectives are going to be a little bit more difficult for ONIC. So I wonder how that's going to fare here for the next fight.
Yep. Aqua is the designated purple buff carrier at this point. For ONIC, it's the next Lord. And honestly, for both teams, that's the target, right? So it's going to be how ONIC Philippines sets up for this Lord. What I assume might happen for ONIC, the way that they play this is to go for heroes first and then the Lord. If that doesn't happen, if they don't get any kills before the Lord fight, during the retreat battle, when there are both in range for the Retribution last hit on the Lord, BMO has to step up. He needs to be the one to utilize the stun so that both Eman and Demon Cat will be taken out. That will mean that there's no chance for RSG to take it away from ONIC. So that's a very crucial role to have. And look at them. He's trying to go for the backlines. BMO actually tucked himself up top.
Ooh, this is going to be a surprise if RSG ever does not spot him out.
Beatrix is there.
He's still there, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you're right. I mean, it's very difficult. It's going to be difficult on the 50-50 for ONIC. So I think if they want to take a Lord, for instance, they might need to, like, kill members first, right? Because Demon Kai is just a little bit impenetrable right now, and he knows it.
Can we just mention too Hatred, man? Hatred's been playing this Lilia so well. He has no deaths, right? And wow, okay, Marky's actually gonna get out of there.
Yep, it's gonna be a little bit of a
wild charge.
Oh gosh, he gets taken out. Sangre Claws locks him in. Immortality's gonna be popped. On the back line though, there are 4 members of ONIC. They want revenge. And they are going to get the Fatal Links in. Spamming in the back, that's Eman. And Light is also low. Immortality popped on the Nats. Ryota's going to be in with a burn. Gets it in the end. RSG members bruised, but not dead. That is important for them. But again, that Dyrov just a juicy target for the Kyrie.
He's still going.
And he's not done yet.
Oh, he gets
Immortality
taken
will
out.
be popped. Oh, they're still going. Cannot chase that. Yeah, good luck with that. Eman will take BMO though as a consolation prize.
What is going on?
How do you analyze that?
This game.
What is going on?
I would say that pickup on Marky was the was a great one for RSG. Well, it might even be the jugular for against Sonic.
Yeah.
Then picking off Marky, also like burning the immortality. That's perfect. Aqua was so instrumental in that fight where, because of Marky being bursted on by Aqua, we're taken out.
Aqua will go and stay on the backside, save from Marky. Lord will assist a little bit here. Mortality will be popped. Lord is low. I think they will have a safe take on that. That's going to go over to RSG by Aqua.
Oh no.
Man.
RSG definitely has got the advantage right now.
Look at the gold shift.
Yeah.
That's a
that
big
was a
shift,
solid.
actually.
That was a solid confirmation, Wolf.
Oh, man, it is.
you really can feel it because you're so you are RSG and you know for sure that you don't have the advantage in the early stages of the game, but come the late game, you're making the right decisions. We talked about how RSG is very strong under their base, that the Goldie doesn't matter, and it's super duper evident right now. With the Lord having the extra damage and all members of RSG having immortality, this is gonna be an easier route for them. Honestly, ONIC Philippines are in a disastrous spot right now.
That is true. And Kyrie cannot really take targets right now. It's very difficult for him to look for those markers, those soft squishies.
Yep.
Eman and Aqua. Right now, the rest of RSG playing more confidently on top side. Kyrie baiting out a little bit of stuff there. Guardian's barrier is going to go up. BMO will get helped in by the Santa Claus. Marky dives in. Oh my god, with the chase bait. BMO, he held that damage for so long. Damage is being done by DBRU's Passion. Looks like that will be it. Base will have the Lord in tow. And win will go over RSG.
Man, you know, like BMO had a nice set there, but there was no follow-up because everybody else was backing off. And it's just unfortunate there for that set.